Hey guys, I'm Sonika and today let's talk about landscape photography and here are my 10 tips for the same. So let's get started.
Please subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell icon to get notified whenever I am on YouTube. Thank you.
Landscape photography is all about nature and its beauty. I recently went for a landscape photography tour to Malshej Ghat. You can check out my video about Malshej Ghat right here and also down below in the description. What I really love about landscape photography is that you can take your time with it. A bird may fly off, an insect may crawl away, but that mountain is not going anywhere, man. Hashtag nature is kind. The ideal location can be any cool destination away from the hustle and bustle of the city, where you will find beautiful hills, mountains, forests, beaches, waterfalls, plains, etc. I chose Malshej Ghat because of its beautiful hills and waterfalls, and it is very convenient to reach Malshej from Mumbai. It hardly takes 3 hours to reach. Anyway, whichever location you choose, the best time to shoot is the early morning or late evening when you get that beautiful golden sunshine. Also, in the early morning, there will be less crowd around. Before heading out to any place for photography, learn as much as you can about that place. Ask any of your friends who may have been to that place before or ask Google. Look up places of your interest online and also find references of images on Google, Instagram, Flickr, everywhere. Choose a high f number. Anything between f8 and f16 should be fine. Since your f number is high, less light will enter the camera. To correct this, lower your shutter speed and pump up your ISO. I use matrix metering and keep my white balance as cloudy in a very cloudy landscape and auto if it is sunny. Shoot in RAW as RAW files retain more information. Since you have to operate at a small aperture and hence a low shutter speed, it is advisable to use a tripod to correct that unnecessary camera shake. Even if you operate at a fast shutter speed, having a tripod can ensure that your camera is completely still during the exposure and your images can turn out to be sharper. You need to make sure that every layer of your photograph, foreground, middle ground and background contains some interest. We normally only focus on the background and completely neglect the foreground. But it is pretty easy to include some element in your foreground and it can make a huge difference. Find an interesting group of rocks, flowers or any such object near you. Decompose to include that in your images. You took your tripod along. Great. You set it up. Great. You are taking all your images at your tripod's level. Not so great. Change your perspective. Get low and see how things change for you. Maybe you may be able to spot a new foreground or you can eliminate a boring middle ground. Also try mounting your tripod higher or at half level. Just keep experimenting. Use the rule of thirds, divide your frame in a 3x3 grid and place the most interesting part of your landscape along these lines or at the intersecting points of these lines. Take care to place your horizon along any horizontal line. Best is to divide your frame horizontally into the foreground, middle ground and background. A bit of movement will add drama to your images. For example, moving clouds, waves on the beach, water flowing in a waterfall, birds flying overhead. wind in the trees, etc. Capturing movement means that sometimes you need to lower your shutter speed to more than a few seconds. A neutral density filter, in short known as ND filter, can come to your aid here. For example, if I want to capture the movement of the waterfall, I set my shutter speed to 6 seconds, my ISO to the least 100, and my aperture to the smallest f32. I may still get a fully blown out image. An ND filter works like sunglasses for my lenses and cuts the amount of light entering the camera. Just check the diameter of your lens and buy an equivalent ND filter. I use a 10-stop ND filter, set my aperture to f8, and voila! Now let me take you through my workflow and show you how I edit my landscape images.
I take my image, drag it to Photoshop, let it open. First I go to the lens correction tab, enable lens profile corrections, remove chromatic aberration. That's it. Now back to the basic tab, adjust my exposure, add contrast, reduce highlights, just a bit, not so much, a bit, add shadows, adjust the whites by pressing the Alt key. As soon as I stop seeing all these blues, that's the point where the whites are perfect. Let's decrease them a bit more. Yeah. Similarly, the blacks. Up the clarity. Vibrance. I keep them around 15, not too much. Add saturation. And the skies, I want to add more details to the skies, so I take the brush adjustment tool and paint all the way at the sky. Adjust my exposure, temperature. I don't want it to be so warm. Contrast, highlights, shadows, clarity, and saturation. Just a bit more of highlights. Now I want this green area to be a bit richer, so I take a new adjustment brush and paint all the green part. Yeah. Adjust my settings in the same way here too. Oops, not so much. Now I go to the detail panel and up the noise reduction, because this was taken at 1000 ISO, it's bound to have some amount of noise. And I open my image. Ta-da!
There is something about going out there in nature and capturing its beauty with my camera. Plus, I love the thrill of going to a new place and exploring it. And if you guys found this video to be helpful, please give me a huge thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you love nature and landscape photography like me, or if you have any feedback or suggestions for me, please leave them down below, guys. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also turn on the bell icon to be notified whenever I'm on YouTube. Here is my previous video about Malshej Ghat. Please go check it out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more such photography related videos. Bye.